Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys give a quick thumbs up if you are able to hear me and see me clearly? Put yes in the chat or give a quick thumbs up. Great. Hello, Shivanand. Good afternoon, Chiranjit. Good afternoon, Smriti. Great. All right. So let's begin our session today. Just let me check. Okay. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. All right. So thank you so much once again for being here today. Let's talk about something that has been a problematic topic a lot of students quietly worry about. So we have seen in lot of other sessions which I take, right, on a daily basis, some session or the other, we see these kind of questions coming up, that how do I overcome my career gap? This is something lot of students quietly worry about, right? Whether it is due to personal reasons, health, family, exam preparation, or simply trying to figure out, right? Trying to figure out having a break in your career. Most of the time, it feels very scary when you start your journey, right? Especially when you are trying to enter a field like data science. It becomes a lot underconfidence point, right? A negative point which might take your confidence down at the end, whether this is going to affect, right? You will wonder whether companies will judge me. Can I still get a good job? How do I explain the gap? So these are the questions generally people they have in their mind. And again, these are real questions. In today's session, the purpose of today's session is to talk about this particular thing and ensure that whoever has joined in this session, they get the clear idea that what should be their roadmap, how they should be thinking about it, whether having a career gap is going to be a make or break point during the interview. So these are the things which you are going to learn or which you're going to hear about from me in this particular session. Now, before I start it, I want to give you one simple thing, a good news that a gap doesn't mean that you are behind. Today, we are going to talk about simple, practical ways to bounce back stronger. We will look at how to rebuild your confidence, approach interviews with honesty and clarity. So it's okay to have a gap. Now, what matters is what you do next. Keep this in mind, right? Keep this in mind. It's okay to have a gap. What matters is what you do next, right? Now, we will talk about in this session, slowly, we will talk about what recruiters actually worry about when you have a gap in your resume, when you have a gap in your career, what they are kind of worry about, so that when you know that, you will try to overcome those queries or those concerns which recruiters have. So hello everyone, I am Alok, and I am co-founder and dean of Alma Better University. So with over 8 years of experience as a data scientist and ML engineer, I have had the privilege of coaching more than now 5,000 students. Right when we started Alma Better, from there our only motive was how do I guide students for the first job in tech domain. So a lot of students, they have a lot of queries, lot of pointers which they think is negative, a lot of myths are there. So how do I guide students, right? And over the past 4 years, as I mentioned, more than 5,000 students personally I have interacted with, guided them, and many of them, they have some kind of these questions in their mind. So I have, let's say, less percentage in college, I have career gap, I am from non-technical background. There are a lot of different things which people have in their mind. One of them today we will be focusing on, where we talk about the career gaps. Now, joining me, we have our alumni Aheli, data engineer, and she will walk you through her inspiring journey. So she is from non-tech background. She had the career gap. Now she has established herself as data engineer in the field of data science. So stay tuned, stay excited. This session is going to be really interesting for all of you guys. Be patient. Everything we will talk about, each one of them, all the pointers, what you need for the next, if you want to kind of pursue your career in the field of data science, everything we are going to talk about. So feel free to utilize this particular opportunity. Put your engagement or whatever you want to put in the chat, in Q&A section, the question, the doubts which you have. We will try to resolve each one of them during this whole session. Utilize this time, and thank you so much for taking out of your time during the weekend. Make this a worthwhile session for all of you guys. All right, so let's go further. As I mentioned, in our panel today, I will be here, and then Aheli will be joining in some time and sharing her journey, how she has done it, right? How she has overcome her weaknesses, which you guys right now might have in mind. So, the overall agenda, we will talk about career gap concerns, opportunity, and roadmap. The role of alma mater, right? How we look at it, how we have established it, working on this problem statement, what all insights we have got, all those things we'll talk about. A Haley's story after that, and lastly, we have Q&A, which we are going to talk about, right? Question answers, we are going to have a discussion on. So make sure, again, I'm mentioning this, please utilize this session, ask your question, don't feel shy. Everyone here is kind of joined to help each other out. So put it in the Q&A section or put it in the chat, whatever helps you the best, but ensure that you put your concerns over here. Now let's start with the first point, right? Let's start with the first thing. What you guys should know is what are the concerns of recruiters when you have a career gap in your resume. First of all, when do we say it's a career gap? I will come to that. Plus, what are the concerns recruiters actually they have, and that is why they kind of think about whether you will be the right candidate or not, right? First of all, if you think about that your career gap, it means right now if you're applying for jobs and last when you have worked, if that is, let's say, less than 2 years. So let's say you graduated in 2024, still 1 year is not, has not completed, or even if you have graduated in 2023, right? You don't have to worry much, because less than 2 years gap, it's something which people generally they are fine with, recruiters they are fine with, you are trying to figure it out. The question comes when you have career gap more than 2 years, right? And when I say career gap, from the last engagement, either you were in college or you were working somewhere, from the last engagement, how many years have passed to show any pointers? Let's say whether you were preparing but you had no experience, or you had no professional career going on, or you were not in college, so you were just there preparing for something or due to other concerns. If that is more than 2 years from the last engagement, college or working, then there is a question that recruiters they have in their mind. And these are the four top concerns which recruiters they have kind of talked to us as well. So we have been in the past 3 4 years, we have been in discussion with now more than 1200 hiring partners, right? They hire from alma better students go give interviews there, and at alma better lot of students are there who are in the same zone, they are looking for job. They have either they are from non-tech, or they are having some career gap, something or the other, they want to give a kickstart to their career, right? So what are the concerns recruiters actually they have in mind? And the first thing, right, the first thing is they think about when you have a career gap, you lack relevant skills. You are kind of not ready with the industry because industry is evolving. And if you have some career gap, if you are not doing something at that time, you might be out of touch. The first concern, as it is mentioned over here, that is you might be out of touch. And this is a very clear question that comes in their mind, right? You might not have the right skills, you might not have grown that much professionally, you might be not ready for industry. That's the first concern, right? And just hear these pointers out in the next slide itself. We will talk about how do you present yourself as well. Now the second thing is commitment and reliability. Okay. Second point is commitment and reliability, because they try to hire somebody, even if let's say they are little bit average, they try to hire someone who can be there for the long term, right? For any company, for any business, it's very, very important that anybody who joins, they are there for long term. They are there for significant time, because company they initially invest a lot in giving you some time to learn, giving you resources to learn, etc., etc., right? That commitment and reliability becomes very important for them. And if you have a career gap, if you kind of had some gap in between your jobs as well, at that point they think about you might not be committed to your career, right? You might not be reliable person to hire tomorrow. if you get some pressure, if you have some project, if you're not comfortable with, you might look forward to leave it and then again go back in hibernation kind of zone, right? That is where the commitment and reliability question comes up. Now, last two pointers, that is more subtle, the soft skill which they kind of feel candidates might lack if you have a career gap. First is communication and confidence, right? So, if you have a career gap, generally during that time, you are not engaged with someone professionally, right? You might have some unfortunate incident might happen, or there might be a time where you are doing preparation for examination. Lot of people, I'm sure here in the session as well, lot of people they might have prepared for some examination, gate, cat, or UPSC, whatever it is, right? You might be there for 2 3 years, and then you feel you are out of touch, you are not feeling confident in yourself, communication wise you kind of lack. So that is also one of the big concern which recruiters they have. And lastly, team and cultural fit. So second was commitment, right? Third, the confidence. And lastly, fourth point is team and cultural fit. So if you have lot of years of gap, let's say you took a break for 4 5 6 years and then you want to come back, there will be a gap in age between you and your peers, right? So that is also something which recruiters generally feel concerned about, that you might be a part of team, but team members might not be comfortable with you. You might not be culturally fit. It means you will kind of refrain from a lot of engagement with companies do for the youngsters and all. That is what the concern at the end recruiters they have. And these are the four major concerns. That is why recruiters they try to ask you questions on career gap. They want to assess whether you have got the relevant skill, or whether there is an issue with commitment and reliability, how confident you are, and at the end, if they are going to hire you, if you are part of a team, then in that case, how you will be fitting with the team. So now, without doing further ado, because looking at these four things, it might concern you. Yes, these are the things, it makes sense. Recruiters might feel it, and you will be you will not be preferred over any other candidate if they are fresher, or even if they don't have career gap, they will be preferred more than you. Now, that is what I want to give you a confidence. And that is where, in fact, during the introduction as well, I tried to give you that it's fine to have a career gap. Now, what you are going to do next, how you are going to align yourself, your goal, that is what will matter. And that is what will give you the confidence of getting into the professional world again. The first thing which I want to talk about, how do you tackle it like a pro? The first thing is you have to craft a strong narrative, right? Very clearly, I am saying what's the story behind your career gap. You should know how to talk about it, right? What is the story? Now, there is a way of presenting it. There is a way of presenting it. How do you present it? I'll give you some pointers over this. Now, this in itself, how do you build the story around career gap, is a session of 1 hour during our mock interviews where we talk about it, where we give those pointers in a very actionable format. But I'll try to give an overview of it. I will try to make it concise. So, when you craft a strong narrative, when I'm talking about, in that period, you have to talk about three things. First, you have to mention with honesty what was the problem, right? Or what you were doing. So, in terms of at that time, you were trying to figure out, you were trying to learn something, you were trying to prepare, or you had some issues, or you were applying for jobs, you could not get the job, whatever it is, you mention it very honestly. This is what the problem is. You are not just doing that, or you are not just sitting there idle for no reason. There must be some reason around it, right? You talk about that reason in a in a very honest way, and also being very confident, right? So you will talk about the first thing, your story, you will talk about it. Second thing, it's not just about telling this, okay, I during that period, sir, I was preparing for UPSC, or during that period, I had marriage and that is why I took a break, right? Or there can be multiple different reasons. I might not be, I might not be kind of healthy. There might be some concerns around health or family, etc., etc. That is not where you will stop, right? What did you kind of took away during that period? What were your takeaways, right? Just remember these terms, guys. Honesty, you talk about your story, but you don't stop it there. You talk about takeaways. So when you were preparing for examination, what were your takeaways? It's not like in that period you have not learned something, right? You have learned resilience, right? You have learned about how to focus for multiple hours, how to sit for learning, right? You went back into learning phase and you gave your best. That was your takeaway. You talk about that specifically. What was your takeaway during that period when you were kind of not feeling well? You started taking care of your health more, right? That can be one of your takeaways. That's the second level of it. Now, third level in your story would be, what did you do after that to upskill yourself? What did you do after that? So during that period, I was preparing for examination. During that time, I kind of got into the zone of learning. I sat for multiple hours. That gave me resilience around solving some particular problem. And then after that, when I'm trying to get into this field of, let's say, data science, these are the things I have learned to upskill myself. If you connect these three, it shows that you have confidence, and a recruiter, that person will understand this person has confidence, as well as this person is kind of ready for the job because he or she has upskilled herself or himself, right? Second, demonstrate industry readiness. Upskill yourself, as I mentioned. Demonstrate your industry readiness, and you cannot just talk about it. You should have good projects. You should have good way of learning whatever you want to pursue for. So this session mostly will focus on data science, but whatever comes up, right? Specifically in data science, you should have good projects. You should have a structured learning where you know your stuff. You cannot just do 1 month preparation and go ahead and start applying for this. No, it does not work like that. If any company is hiring a data scientist or data analyst, they are looking for a good people. They are looking for someone who can make a change in the process, come to the company and add the value over there. So you have to have demonstrating the industry readiness through projects, through structured learning. Third, you have to go out there when you are in your gap years, right? In During that period, you get into a cell. You get into yourself because of some reasons. You are not connected with outer world. Most of the time it happens. If you are preparing for examination, you are so much into that syllabus that you don't talk to people. You don't talk about yourself, and that is very, very important in the professional world. So you optimize your personal branding, and very simple it is. That is where the LinkedIn comes in picture. You share your learning, you share your projects, you optimize your profile. You ensure that if somebody, when you have applied, if somebody is going to your LinkedIn, they will see the career gap, but they will also see what other things you have done. So optimize it, post about your certification, post about your projects. That is how you make yourself visible to the world. Okay, I am upscaling myself, I have the confidence, and I'm ready for the job. And the last point, rebuild confidence. Of course, multiple times I have mentioned this. Next part is network. So you kind of connect on LinkedIn. I'm not saying you go and physically meet. That is something which is very much optional. You might be in some remote areas or something like that. But from there also, you can connect with people on LinkedIn. You send them connection. You have a discussion with them, right? You have a discussion with them. You try to ask them, sir, uh, now you have done it. What all things I should be focusing on, right? What all things I should be focusing on? All these things you have to have in your mind when you are going through this journey. So these four things brings you to a level where you showcase your skills, you showcase your confidence to the world, as well as you work on yourself to build your confidence. So skill wise, you are checked. Commitment wise, they will see how much effort you are putting to get a job, how serious you are. After that, your communication and everything, that will kind of become good when you start doing the personal branding, when you start talking to people, and when you are talking about the team and cultural fit. That is where during the interview you have to show that that maybe you had some gap years, but still you are young in your mind, right? You want to have good conversation with people, and that is where your networking will help you. When you connect with people, when you talk to people of different age, you make yourself humble, you make yourself someone who wants to learn, and you accept that I need some kind of upskilling. When you accept that, at that point you don't look at the age. Even if somebody is way younger than you can ask them, you can have a good discussion with them, you can value that particular person, and that person will value you as well. If And that is how it is reciprocated. If you value someone, if you respect someone, that person will also respect you. So these are the pointers you have to think broadly, that you don't have to go in back foot, you don't have to be out of your confidence. You build your story, you talk about your story honestly, you talk about what were your takeaways. When you talk about takeaways, it shows that you have consciously thought about it, that during that time what did I do, how does that help me, what did you did to upskill yourself. And second, again, projects and structured learning, that is part of kind of upskilling itself. You talk about yourself on LinkedIn, you connect with people on LinkedIn, and that is where you stand out. Right? Connect with people. So, so far, are you guys with me? Give a quick thumbs up. I hope it is clear. I have started with what all concerns any recruiter has. And then second point was what you should do to ensure that those concerns are tick marked, right? Those concerns are something which you have understood and made it a strong point for you, right? So this is how you approach it. Now, this is where you kind of start feeling confident about yourself. You kind of start feeling that, okay, if I want, I can do it also. There is one more side which I want to show you, and that is very true in terms of what we see companies coming to Alma Better, recruiters coming to Alma Better, and what's the pattern of hiring over here, right? So what I'm showing you on screen is the data of 2023 and 2024 till December 2024 we are talking about. And here companies first preference chart. What is their preference? Freshers role, specifically when you are looking at, do they ask for career gap? Do they ask for non-tech or tech? In 67% of the time, in past almost 1.5 years, they ask for skills. They have certain requirement of, okay, I need someone who is good at SQL, I need someone who is good at Python or some other skills or some other tools. They are hiring for, let's say, Power BI developer, so I need someone who has good grasp on Power BI. They ask for specific skill. And if they have any concern about non-tech this or that, then in that case, we what we do is we tell them that, sir, please take the assessment, please take some test, so that you are also confident about our candidate, right? So in 67, almost 70% of time, I would say companies are more concerned about the data science skills rather than any other pointers which you might have in your mind. Next, stream or colleges. So almost 25% of time, streams, specific stream, let's say mechanical engineering. Sometimes, if let's say there is a manufacturing company and they want to hire some analyst, if you have a mechanical engineering background, that will come as a positive point. Sometimes they ask for marketing background, sometimes they ask for healthcare background, something or the other if they have, that is for 25% of time. And rest of the time, it's very small percentage where they ask for everything else. Even if it is average, ensure that candidate is having a very good communication, because their client might be of US based, or there can be some regional requirement as well. Those are very specific in nature, although basic level of communication is also very important. You should be confident about how do you speak about your project, about your analysis, because if you get into the domain of data science, you have to talk about what you have got as your insights. We will come to that as well today. We will talk about data analyst versus data scientist as well, so that whoever joined this session, they have a clear path in their mind that what all things they should be going through. Even if I, let's say, I have a career gap, I should be first focusing on my skills, which I have to kind of upskill myself. Now, talking about career trajectory, just giving you a brief. Lot of times we have seen people from non-tech background, they love their field, plus they want to upskill themselves in analytics, they go for product management, senior analyst, business oriented roles. If people are from technical background, they are fresher, they get into IT, CS domain, and lot of people they get into research as well. Now here it does not matter whether you're from IT or non-IT. So why I'm talking about this, it's not just about the first time, it's not just about when you started off. After that, every role has its own way of taking it. If you're from non-tech and you think about what will happen in the future, whether I will be obsolete. Right now I'm working as an analyst, now AI is coming in the market, what will happen if I don't adopt that? No, you don't have to worry about it. There is a direction of you might not be interested too much in coding, but you are interested in analytics, you are interested in product management, you are interested in, let's say, business analytics. So that also has a career trajectory which you can take, right? All right, so until here, I just wanted to give you a clear thought in your mind how you should be talking about, what you should be concerned about, and where you should put your mind, not on the concerns which I talk about, but the solution which you have to work on, right? And that starts with first tell yourself, "Ki it's fine, I had something, I had some issues, but now I am going to take the very clear direction towards upskilling myself, making myself ready for the industry." Now, let's deep dive into the opportunity a little bit more, because in this session, I just want to give this understanding that data scientists, who are they? What is the opportunity in this field? If you are looking forward to get into this field, how do you look at it? Because in this session, a lot of students they might have heard about this term and might not know clearly what these terms are and how does these terms relate to each other. So, first of all, I want to talk about data scientists. Who are they, right? The terms which you see on screen, these are all the major buzzwords. Whenever you think about data scientist, you think, okay, self-driving cars, who are creating it? Data scientists, AI engineers. Yes, it's true. Power AI assistants or chatbots, who are creating it? What, who is integrating that AI in the chatbot? Who are doing it? Data scientist or AI engineer. That is also correct. Yes, it is done by data scientists, it is done by AI engineers in collaboration with developers to make it live. You prevent financial fraud. So I have worked for multiple years in American Express. Fraud detection, model, machine learning model around fraud detection, we work on that, right? We had a very full-fledged team of almost 1,000 people just working on fraud detection, and it is very, very important for specifically credit card companies to ensure that if any fraud transaction is happening on credit card, immediately it should be blocked, and they boast about it to customers. So it was something which data, as a data scientist, I personally have worked here at American Express. Now, next is revolutionize healthcare. Of course, now you can see diagnosis is something, it's a very big open area for AI. That all the diagnosis which happens, how do I fasten it? How do I make it accurate? You will see multiple different competitions, people talking about how do I detect some cracks in x-rays, because at the end of it, if you want to be a really good doctor, you need some experience. You need experience of 10, 15 years. How a doctor having, let's say, 2, 3 years of experience, plus there is an assistant where AI is giving him or her some direction, will make the diagnosis better. So that is where healthcare is being revolutionized. Lot of robotic things are coming up in healthcare. So all of these things, somewhere or the other, collaborating with different domain people like developer or sometimes engineers, electronics engineers, when they collaborate, they take out these product in the market like self-driving cars, chatbots, models or machine learning models around fraud detection, revolutionizing healthcare through diagnosis, etc., etc. But there is other side of it which you have to understand, that apart from these things, what all other things, as a data scientist, as a data analyst, you are going to work on. The first, let's say if I talk about e-commerce, we also work on recommendation systems, right? We also work on fraud product detection. So whenever there is a product added by some seller, based on review, based on few triggers, you can see that this product is fraud, remove that from the platform. Chatbot development, image and voice recognition. So you might have seen that on Myntra, on Amazon, if you click your voice, based on your voice, it will try to detect that what product you are looking for, right? That adds more convenience to the overall shopping experience for them, right? Next is, let's say, OTT platform. Now think about on OTT platforms, what all things you are going to work on. Subtitle generation, content recommendation, what type of content should be recommended, auto generated thumbnails, that is also something. Now in Netflix, if I talk about, I'm not sure about other platforms, but on Netflix it's very optimized, personalized, where whatever you like, whatever genre you like, in all these relevant TV shows, similar type of thumbnail will be shown, right? And your thumbnail will be different than your friend, it might happen, or it might be different reason wise. So they try to optimize so that you go and click and then you spend time over here. Next, let's say if I talk about food tech. So in food tech, you have personalized, let's say, discount recommendation, you understand. But there is something called, let's say, personalized discounts. So what do we understand by personalized discounts over here? What do we understand by that? So personalized discounts are where based on your loyalty level, right? Who do you want to give discount? Two sides. First, your loyal customers, you want to give them discount so that they continue with your platform. They are already spending a lot on your on the platform, let's say Zomato or Swiggy. They want to keep you there, so they give you some personalized discounts, right? Also, somebody who is new to the system, they want to give discounts for them as well. Now how do you detect which person is for the long term, which person is loyal? And it's something which in Swiggy, Zomato, you can imagine there can be a team of 200, 300 analysts who are just working on marketing, how in which platform they should do the marketing, what type of discount should be given, then what type of notifications are working better. These are small small things which we work on to ensure that at the end of it, any decision that is taken in company is data driven, right? That is what our work is. At the end of it, any decision that is taken, that is data driven. We put forward the insights, we talk about the insights. Next, fintech, I gave you very simple example of fraud detection, right? I gave you very simple example of here generative AI algorithmic trading, right? So now Gen AI based algorithmic trading is happening. So these are very big things that is happening in the industry, and not just this you will be working on. There are lots and lots of small small things which you will be optimizing in the company, right? In the coming future, you have to understand this very clearly, that this career right now, this era, right, this era, it's about automation with intelligence. You have to ensure that it's not just about automation. 10 years back, lot of developers, lot of tech people, it was kind of booming, right? Because lot of automation was happening. Now automation is of course there, but on top of it, intelligence has come in picture. So now any automation, if there is an intelligence, that is what the preference of companies are, right? If there is a automation around, let's say, turning on your AC, you could have press the button. Now they are trying to, maybe it can be voice controlled, or based on the temperature of environment, it will try to adjust itself. Based on your comfort level, it will try to adjust itself. So that is what is called as automation with intelligence, and it is getting everywhere in our system also. Let's say whenever we are trying to recommend something, whenever we are trying to give you something in jobs or opportunities, we try to see how fit that is, and there are some logics which we run in the backend, right? So that automation is not just there ki we will try to find out, okay, these five profiles I will take out. There will be some intelligence which will run in the backend, and that intelligence will be machine driven, not human driven. Okay, so that is right now. In the coming future also, you will see that almost right now 37% of cumulative growth in the AI related jobs. So there will be increased IT jobs. So in the AI related as well as in the automation, more and more companies they are getting into. Now even small companies, small startups, they have recognized the importance of analysis. They have recognize the importance of understanding the data, setting up the whole data pipeline so that everything what they are doing, they are storing it so that later also there might be some use cases of analyzing them. And One thing that is happening over here is automation of repetitive roles. So one thing, you all of you should have in your mind, that in the coming future, all the jobs where repetitive things were happening, that will go towards automation. And wherever there was a thought process which have to be given, that is where human will be involved more. And in case of, let's say, development, in case of analysis, in case of different roles, it's not just about tech wale people रहेंगे या tech wale people नहीं रहेंगे. It will be in all the roles. There are some factors where you put your mind, there are some requirement of human interaction, that is what will be there. And if things are very much repetitive, if there is no mind to be put there, your job will be around AI will be integrated. Okay. So in this particular time, if you want to get ahead, if you want to make yourself comfortable, if you want to make yourself available for the next generation of tech that is coming up, reskilling becomes critical. Upskill in tech related fields, AI and IT training, that is again become these all things become very important. You should know now, at least in your Power BI, how do you use AI? In Excel, how do you use AI? Or in full-fledged manner, how do you understand what data science or data analysis is? Because bits and pieces, if you learn, you might not see the full picture. So you need to have a very structured learning. And for that also, I will give you how you should start it, what are topics you should be focusing on. So I'll talk about that as well. Now, if I talk about here the high demand careers and growth, right? In I have already mentioned this. Just want to give you a understanding about entry level. If you go on senior level, if you're interested in tech, and if you go in, let's say, 5+ years, how do you kind of see yourself growing, right? So most of the time, when I started, when any one of you will start, it will be as an entry level. You will be starting with analyst or sometimes junior data scientist. Most of the time, your work will be around analyst itself. What analyst do, we will talk about that in simple term. The work of analyst is to derive the insights, it's to take out the insights. After that, when you go little bit further, when you go mid level, 3 to 5 years, then you start talking about how do you deploy your system. Like ML engineers, I have worked as ML engineers, as ML engineer. So what do? You have some algorithm, and how do you ensure that millions of people, when they use it, it is stable and gives you the right output. Like on Amazon, there is a product recommendation logic that is running, and that is powered by AI. So how reliable is that? Whether the output that is coming is good or not? That is what the work of ML engineer at the end it becomes, right? But you need some time to understand the system to get to this level. As a fresher, you cannot become ML engineer, that is for sure. Then after that, when you get to senior position, 5+ years, then you look for large scale system designs, right? You aspire for AI engineering. So after 5-10 years, you understand that, okay, if I want to launch something from scratch, not just look for small improvement, how do I design that, right? How do I design that? Let's say if you have some kind of AI video assistance coming on Amazon app. So AI assisted shopping. So one AI will be there. You will ask some question. It will suggest you based on your features and all. If you want to have that kind of product, then if you have the experience, you will design the whole system around it, where data will be stored, how it will be deployed, what type of interaction should happen with person. So all those things you will be doing. And then after that, when you are in executive roles, that is where you get into a very high level. Depends upon in which industry you are working on. It depends upon how do you want to take your life forward. So that is how your journey overall looks like. So if you want to aspire for long term, if you started from today, you might start with entry level, but your journey overall to 10+ years of experience level, when you get to, you will see the real benefit of this whole role, because in future, everywhere this is going to be integrated, and that is where you will be part of. Now let me give you a simple roadmap over here. Let me give you a simple roadmap. Let's try to understand that as a roadmap, what do you work on? Now, before I get to roadmap, one simple thing which I want to talk about is, how do you understand data analyst versus data scientist? Give a quick understanding in the chat, if do you have this particular confusion sometimes when you see data analyst, when you see data scientist, do you feel that data analyst, how it is different, whether it is the lower side of data scientist, where do I start, how do you understand this? I'm sure most of you over here, you might find this sometimes confusing, right? So let me give you a very simple, very clear understanding over here. Data analyst, data scientist, in fact, your ML engineering, AI engineering, whatever you have heard about, all of these comes under the domain of data science. Now, if I talk about data science, you are doing some kind of analysis, some kind of science with data, and that is why you are in the field of data science. You're comfortable with data. It might be in any format, but from that data, you will be able to take some insights from there, right? So if you have been given, let's say, temperature data, you will be able to say which days were hotter, which days were colder, how the pattern looks like in 10 years, how the trend of growth looks like for the temperature. You know how to play around with that. And not just how to, you know why you are doing it. You can derive the insights out of it. That's what it is. Now, if I talk about data analyst versus data scientist, how do you differentiate? In very simple terms, I want to tell you, rest you can see on screen. In very simple term, when you do the diagnostic analysis, when you try to understand that right now what happened, what is the root cause of it, right now my revenue for this year went down, what might be the reason? So it might come to your mind, maybe in marketing companies spent less, or it might be around, there might be different product which did not work, or there might be one competitor that has come in the market. So how do you know this? These are just assumptions. How do you prove it? You use some data of past, and then you try to make sense of that data to understand the behavior outcome, and then report the analysis to stakeholders. Kind of, if I compare this with doctor, when doctor tells you to go and do some diagnosis, right? They want to understand that currently inside you, what is the level of different, maybe blood level or anything they want to check, right? What are those vitals, right? So that is where you come in picture. You do the diagnostic analysis, you diagnose the problem, and during your initial years, this is where you will be mostly involved. This is where most of the time you are going to spend your time. You will understand the data, you will try to make sense of the event, whatever happened, let's say any problem statement that comes, and what type of information to look at, how do I make sense of, and or how do I answer it, right? That is what the diagnostics part is. And this is what you do as a fresher. Mostly you use Python, SQL, dashboarding tools like Power BI, Tableau, and then at the end, you need an understanding of statistics, specifically around experiment design. Now when somebody is calling you market analyst, it means you are working with marketing team to help them understand how did their marketing budget is right now performing. Let's say in which platform you should put more money, or what type of keywords are more kind of uh, in the trend. That those are the things you look at as market analyst. Risk analyst, you talk about, let's say, finance team. You talk about what is the risk for the business, what is the risk for the transaction, you become risk analyst. Now product analyst, business analyst, all these are just a part or similar to data analyst. You will do the same thing, you will use the same tools, but specific to the use case, specific to the use case. Now, when we go from diagnostic to predictive, diagnostic done by data analyst as a fresher, you started from here. Now, when you go forward to predictive analytics, where you start saying that, okay, this year my revenue went down, tell me for the next year what will happen. You use machine learning over here. There are a lot of prediction algorithm which you use, and at the end of it, when you do that, when you apply those machine learning algorithm, your role becomes more towards data scientist, where you know diagnostic you have to do at that point of time anyway, but from there, what were the factors in last year's down, can you put it for the next year to predict it beforehand. You forecast potential scenarios, and that is where ML engineers, AI engineers, all those things comes in picture. As a fresher, very rare. As having 1 or 2 years of experience, you get towards the predictive analysis. Okay, so just remember two terms: diagnosis and predictive. Diagnosis is something done mostly by data analyst. Predictive is something done by data scientist. Diagnosis, understanding the root cause. Predictive, predicting the future, right? So predictive done by data scientist, diagnosis done by data analyst. Now, coming to the next part, your career strategy, how you should be thinking about, right? So, let's say you have a career gap. Now, you have taken the decision. What all things you should be focusing on if I talk about the major categories? The first thing is what companies want. I will talk about that because we have kind of placed so many students. We have a lot of hiring partners, not putting numbers over there because here talking in fact 200 hiring partners also will give you a lot of perspective. If we talk about 1200, 1300 hiring partners which we have, and over the course of years we have understood what they are actually looking for, what might be the challenges for them, and that is what you have to also do it when you are let's say doing it by yourself. You have to understand, you have to go to LinkedIn, see data analyst jobs, what is their job description, what companies are asking for. That's the first level you have to do the research for. Next thing is build the foundational skills. If you want to get a job, the first thing which you have to do is ensure that you have the right skills. You are ready for the industry. You cannot just create your resume and go start applying and you say that because of career gap, I'm not getting hired, because there is a genuine concern by recruiters that whether you are ready for the industry or not. You might be out of touch. So build the right skills. Now, in the field of data science, Python, SQL, bit of Gen AI now, MLOps, bit of it, dashboarding tools. These are the some things which you have to work on. I will talk about that in just some time, little bit in detail. And then you take some credentials, let's say from any certifications if you want to have. That gives you a structured learning. That gives you a credibility. Depends upon how many years of gap you have. That is something which you can go forward to. And lastly, give mock interviews, give or have some partner who can ask you questions, and that is where you build the confidence, because it's not just about learning, it's about polishing yourself as well. How do you polish yourself to ensure that you are confident about going out there, facing the interview? You have to be confident about that. So there are four steps: understand what companies want, work on the skills, what matters, work on some projects, work, get some structured learning, and lastly, you can get the mock interviews or prepare the interview scenarios with someone so that you're confident, so that you don't lose the opportunity. These are the simple four steps. All you have to think about is what are the skills, how do we go forward. That is how it's going to work. Now, briefly, I'll talk about the role of Alma Better as well, because you guys have joined the session and we have been doing this for past 4 or 5 years, right? Almost for 4 years. And what we have got in terms of companies and everything, that is what I want to share. So we have the curriculum, we have this problem statement of helping or guiding students for the first job in tech domain. How we have designed it, that will give you a direction to, even if you want to do it by yourself, that should actually give you a direction that what are important things which you should be looking at. So if I talk about briefly, so one of the program which we have, Masters in Computer Science, AI and ML, what we cover over there, if I talk about in 12 to 15 months, it start with your exploratory data analysis. Okay, all of you guys, you have to be very confident about how do you explore the data to bring some insights. And what do you need to learn for that? Python. You need to learn SQL. You need to learn packages, pandas. You need to learn Seaborn, Matplotlib, NumPy. Plotly are the like next level packages if you want to learn. So these are the things which you learn. And not just that, the next level is how do you do the analysis, what type of charts are relevant for the problem statement. That is also you have to think about it. How do you create the chart, how do you design the hypothesis, how do you deep down into a problem statement to get to that final answer. That is what your EDA is, exploratory data analysis. And that takes your 3 months at least to go through, because it is in our curriculum. Also, you will find yourself taking these 3 months, because if you're aiming for the career in data science, first part is something you have to be very confident about, that how do you analyze the data. Next, you have to kind of take 1 or 2 months extra for BI dashboarding, business intelligence dashboarding. You might have heard about this term. as an analyst, you will be lot of involvement will be there, where you create some dashboard. Now it looks like it's a very simple thing to do, but actually it's not, because if you are creating a dashboard, what number to show and whether that number will make sense with other charts or not, very important information you have to, very important step which companies look at. And all the senior management, all the people in the company, they follow those things, uh, or follow those dashboards. So you have to be very vigilant about what are the key performance indicators, what numbers make sense, so you have to learn about that. Now, after that, you get into the zone of little bit high level, where you have machine learning, mathematics behind it. You don't need lot of mathematics. Now, don't get into the zone of, okay, I'm not good at mathematics. You just need mathematics that is very basic, like statistics, mean, median, central of your measure of central tendency, measure of spread, these kind of things you need to learn. Not going too much into it. You start with machine learning, and in machine learning, there is a aspect of mathematics, but all of you, when you start it off, you just need to be operator. You know how to apply the algorithm. You should learn more about in which problem what type of algorithm can be used, and little bit behind the scenes of that algorithm, not the mathematical equation and all. Then your big data analytics and MLOps, where you talk about your Spark, MLOps, etc., etc. And then at the end, deep learning research paper. This is what we cover in our curriculum. Now, let me quickly take you to our curriculum over here. You can go and you can explore this if you want. The reason I'm telling you is, here the curriculum which we have put, very clearly we have mentioned the topic as well. And the reason of putting topics over here is, let's say if you want to explore, if you want to really understand that where you need to stop, what are the must have information or must have things we need to learn, these are the topics for you. In Python, you need to learn about these topics like loops and iteration, advanced looping concept, exception handling. Now, these are the topics which are important. There can be multiple other topics which you have to ignore, but these are the topics which are core fundamental to your learning. Numerical programming in Python, there you understand data wrangling, how do you do it? Matplotlib and Seaborn, how do you create the visualization? How do you model the data using APIs? How do you create Streamlit dashboards, etc., etc.? These are the things you learn in your second module. Then you have relational databases, SQL. How do you play with SQL? Remember one thing, guys, SQL is going to be very important factor in your interview. So SQL is how we get the data from the databases. So data is stored somewhere in the cloud. From there, how do you bring that data in your system to analyze it further? That is where your SQL comes in picture. And it's not just about that, it's a whole full-fledged language itself. So you have to learn it. And companies, even if you are a little bit average in Python, you have to be above average in SQL. That's how it works. Data visualization tools, I mentioned already, Power BI. You need to have some customer web analytics. What are the advanced charts which you can use? Power BI. So this is something which you can go through. What you can do, you can enroll, you can kind of, click on start your journey. You can go to our Grow dashboard as well. There, further deep dive into topics are also given. So you can explore this. The point over here is just understand the topics which you need to learn to make yourself confident and ready for the industry. Advanced business analytics, you should know business metrics, you should know hypothesis testing, you should know about experiment design, automated code execution, how do we do it? These are the things you learn over here. Then after that, the last, machine learning and generative AI with Microsoft, all these things are there. So point is, it takes you 6 to 8 months to make yourself ready for the industry. In fact, 4 to 5 months, even if after you have completed module 4, you kind of get ready for start applying for jobs. And these two are cherry on the top. It will make your position stronger for any company to hire you. Now, to go further in your life, to go further in your career, these are the things you can look for in specialization track. Specifically, what we have are in our master's program, where distributed machine learning, how do you use Spark for big data? How do you make the model available for the user, which I was talking about? How do you utilize Airflow? How do you create REST APIs? How do you put your machine learning classification model to the user? How do you make it available? These are the things you can go through it, deep learning, etc., etc. Now, the reason of me showing this to you is, go through it, look through the topics, make yourself very comfortable with this, that this is another syllabus kind of which you have got, which you have to go through to make yourself comfortable, to make yourself ready for the company. And then after that, there is a policing which you require, right? So if you feel you are already polished enough, that's fine. But the next part is what we cover in programs. Let's say what we have seen, that at the end of it, you need to have business communication interactions. You need to know how do you perform in live coding sessions. So those are the things you should be, let's say, figuring it out. Those are the things you should be practicing in the interviews, because one side is hard skills, another side is you make yourself confident in soft skills as well. Because as an analyst, if you are not able to explain your insights, those are just numbers. You make the story around it. So you should know how to do that. Now, master's journey, all of these now, admission counselor will be joining in sometime. If you guys are interested to take it further, you can have an interaction, and further on, details around this will be shared already. How this Alma X, what this is, how our career guidance looks like, what we have seen in past 3 4 years, the rejection pointers, how do we work on those things, how do you make yourself kind of comfortable for the interviews, how those things we do, that admission counselor will help you understand, right, further around it, how the program overall looks like. Now, at the end, this is what I wanted to share, this is what I wanted to give you as a guidance, that all you need to worry about right now is how do you build your skill, because there are concerns which recruiters have. They have their genuine concern, and one of them, the very big factor, is whether you are ready for the industry, whether you are out of touch. So work on your skills, and then after that, the personal branding, sharing something on LinkedIn, whatever you have learned, keep on connecting to people. That will make you much more confident person and ready for the job, and start kind of applying for your next whatever opportunity you have got, right? So this is what I wanted to cover. Next, I want to give the stage to our alumni, Aheli. So Miss Aheli, she is Alma Better alumni. I told you guys already during the start of it. She is from non-tech background with career gap, and what all challenges she has faced, what how she has overcome on all the things. You guys should definitely listen to her and ask the question in the chat. I can already see there are a lot of questions here. We will answer after her story, and then we will ensure that all of you guys have understood the content of the session, the intent of the session very well. So here, so Aheli is here. Hey Aheli, hello.
Hello, sir.
Thank you
Very
so
good
much for
afternoon.
joining. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
joining.
much for giving me this opportunity, sir.
Thank you so much. And here, all the students are here. They are waiting for you to share your journey and definitely listen to you, because at the end of it, everybody needs that confidence at the end of it. Everybody can do it. So that is what I want you to talk about. Stage is all
Sure,
yours. I will make
definitely.
myself out of
Thank you
step.
so much. Okay. So, hi, everybody. Good afternoon. I am Ahili, and now I am working at Speckle Solution as a data engineer. And thank you so much, the Alma Beta team, especially Alok sir, Shivam sir, Shaumya sir, Abhishek sir, Shivan sir, Nihal sir, and Shagar as well. And yes, first, my journey was not easy. After a career gap of almost 3 years, I was so depressed. And then I have listened regarding Alma Beta from my colleague in my BPO office. So after that, I thought I need to switch my career to data science field, as this is very revolving and very career opportunity I can get over here. That's why I changed my decision and I switched my career from BPO non-tech background to technical background, that is Alma Beta. So I joined Alma Beta for upgrading my skills. And after 3 years of career gap, it was not easy for me to overcome all the challenges and all, but with the help of Alma Beta and of course my study and dedication, I have achieved this job on this time, I mean on this period of time. So now I am going to discuss with you guys what kind of challenges you can face after a career gap, and if you are from the non-tech background. So First of all, I want to tell you guys, if I can do it, you all can do the same. And one thing, please remember that you need all dedication, patience, and honesty. So you need to work hard and you need to maintain the consistency with your patience and honesty. So first challenge I faced at that time, that is a fear of getting jobs, because I am completely new to this sector. But there is a hope and trust, as Alma Better team will help me if I am good enough to crack the interviews, if I have the knowledge enough for cracking the interviews. So that team helped me a lot. They provided several interviews, they provided several mock interviews, they provided assignments, tasks, they provided Q&A session for doubt clearing, and also there was one mock session that is very 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 helpful for everybody. And one the best thing, you can get the chance to directly talk to Alok sir, to Shivam sir, to Chirag sir. They are highly skilled and they are so kind. So right now I am going to discuss about my journey. So first of all, I have another challenge, that is there's a confusion for me between the roles like data analyst, like data scientist, or data engineer, or ML engineer. Where should I go? So after discussing with the team, I can find my skills, I can find my strength, my difficulties, and after that I start to work on grow up my strengths and to minimize my difficulties. So the, the main the main motivation was for me to switch my career to this sector was high demand and job security for data science and data engineering, data analyst, data business analyst, machine learning field, and all. So basically data science is one of the top paying fields in tech ground. Not only data scientist job, as well as data analyst job, ML engineer, business analyst, risk analyst, finance analyst, data engineer, and all. So this this all motivation made me so enthusiastic to switch my career in this sector. And especially Alma Better placement is so good. Their contents, their strategies, their techniques, their industrial projects, their assignments, their tests, and basically their mock interviews, mock session are really really very helpful to crack the interviews and all. Okay. And next I just want to tell you that is continuous learning and innovation is the key point of this sector. From AI and machine learning to deep learning, NLP, PySpark, AWS, Azure, the field is always evolving. And if you are if you are trying and if you are working hard, you can reach to the sky. I believe that. So data science, this field help businesses reduce cost, improve customer experiences, detect fraud, optimize operations, and more. So you can tell that there is versatile opportunities across every domain, like that already Alok sir has said, like entertainment, there's Netflix, healthcare sector, sports analytics, government policy, agriculture and climate science, food tech, fintech, etc. As well as you can balance your work life and your personal life. I mean, you can balance your professional and personal life very well, because you can get work from home opportunities, you can get hybrid roles, and basically there are huge career flexibility. So these are the points which motivate me to switch my career from non-tech background to tech background. And after that, I want to discuss to all of you how I can overcome my challenges, how I can overcome my fear of interview, especially the live interviews with the companies. So first of all, Alma Better team helped me a lot. They were continuously helping me. Alok sir, Chirag sir, Sivan, all of their all of their truly very kind, highly skilled, and highly knowledgeable person. And one more thing I want to discuss with you guys, that I believe preparation makes the people perfect. Preparation makes the people confident. So if you are practicing a lot, if you are working hard, definitely you can reach the sky. If definitely you can touch the sky. So as per my view and as per my journey, I can tell you that I did the preparation very dedicatedly, with patience and honesty. I did the practice in a time boxed frame. Like, I fixed some time for the particular topic, for the particular practice, and I tried my best to did the same. And one more thing I want to tell, make a clear understanding, make a proper knowledge, clear understanding about all the topics. Like, if you are reading Python, or if you're reading SQL, if you are reading Excel, please go through it properly. Go through all the small points, smallest points as well. Okay. And I want to discuss, please prepare yourself. Like, if you are saying something about your topics to someone, please make sure that you are providing all knowledge and the person are able to get your knowledge. Just tell them, considering that he is a layman person, and please prepare yourself that you are telling a non-technical person, you are telling a layman person. So please prepare yourself like a crystal clear on your own resume, on your own projects, on your own assignments, basically on all over topics. And after that, if you were uh, talking about the coding part, because I am a non-tech background, and of course many people of us are from the non-technical background, so I want to suggest you, please do follow the alma better guidance, please do follow the classes, and please make sure you are practicing the coding for a particular 1 to 2 hours every day, because consistency make the person perfect. So please do that. Please be confident on yourself as well, and just practice, revise all the topics that you have already completed. Please make sure that you are practicing all with dedication, and please make sure that you are doing all that thing with honesty, and please behold your patience. And after that, when you are going to represent some projects, when you are going to represent some assignment to somebody in front of you, please make sure that you are explaining all the things confidently, and please make sure that you are explaining all details of that kind of projects, all of that assignments very properly. You are covering each and every points, each and every small to smallest points of that project very properly. And one more thing, in case of data visualization tool or the business tools like Power BI, like Excel, like Tableau, please make sure that you are practicing, because Excel formulas, functions, shortcut keys are very much important for your interview and all. And if I am talking about the Power BI, the DAX function is very much crucial. So Power Pivot, DAX, functions and formulas all need the practice from your side. So keep practicing the coding, keep practicing the data visualization tools. Keep 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 yourself crystal clear of every small to smallest topics of all the subjects like SQL, Python, um, like BI tools like ML and all. And last but not the least, the Alma Beta team is great. They 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 are great, and they help me a lot to make me very confident, because they arranged business communication session, they arranged mock session, mock interviews, they also arrange one mock interviews, the one doubt clearing sessions. So they are great, they are really great, and they are very helpful as well as very kind. Whenever I felt I need them, they were always beside me. Whenever I called them, they were always beside me. So it's not only my achievement, is also their achievement as well, because they help me a lot. I give my best, and they also gave their best. They also did their best for me. That's why now I secured this position as data engineer. And I suggest to all of you, please join Alma Beta team. They are great, and they definitely help you out, like career gap, like knowledge gap, like skill gap. No issues, no worries. They will be always there for you guys. Please don't worry. Thank you, sir. Thank you, all of you. Thank you giving me this opportunity to discuss my journey with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Aheli. Now, you have mentioned alma
Thank you
mater a
so much,
lot,
sir.
right? You have mentioned, and this gratitude
So I'm very grateful to you guys.
we wholeheartedly take it, because I still
Thank
remember
you so much. It's
the
my pleasure.
right, the mock interviews which we had, right, and during our
Yes,
mock interviews, how we
yes,
discussed about career gaps and etc etc. So I still remember those moments.
yes.
Now, one thing specifically, Ahili, I want to understand, right? So when you had the
Uh-huh.
interview, right, what type of questions were asked? Because here, before we start with the Q&A, now it's the Q&A session, guys. So please try to put your questions in Q&A. We will try to take them up, and me and Ahili, we will try to put our perspective to that, so that you guys get a very clear understanding. So one thing which I want to understand, Ahili, during your interview, you might have been asked about the career gap, right? So what type of questions were
Yes,
asked?
yes,
What
yes.
was the reception from the interview? Just I want to understand, so that during that interview
Okay.
you were there, and everybody here as attendee, they will also kind of understand about it.
Yes, yes. So, for my interview and speaker, I faced the question that ma'am has asked me, uh, w- what what is the reason for switching my career from BPO to, matlab, from non-tech background to tech background.
Mhm.
And they, yes, and she also asked me, uh, what is the reason for my career gap, and then why did I think, or why I want to move my career to this sector. This was very crucial question for me.
So point is, it is asked, right? It is asked during
Yes,
interviews. So at the end of it,
yes,
during the session also, I kind of mentioned, right, that you just have to understand about your story. You just have to be confident about your story, and you have to
yes,
confident about yourself, about your skills. That if you are working on your skills, if you're confident about, okay, tell, of course, I am coming from non-tech. I have some career gap, but ask me any
yes,
question which is technical in nature. I will be able to solve it.
yes.
That
Sir,
confidence
one more
once I
thing.
have got. Yeah, yeah, please,
Yes.
please.
Sir, one more thing I want to add. I personally believe that you should be honest. You should be honest with your decision. You should be honest your life journey. You should be honest your career journey as well. And you must put your dedication. You must hold your patience as well. So honesty and dedication will help you to reach your goal, to reach you the sky.
That is, and
And
that is very important, actually. That is very, very important.
yes,
That at the
yes,
end of it, see, it's all about, the formula is very simple, right? Formula is very simple, that if you are, if interviewer or company will see that you are the candidate who can add value, they will hire you. If there is an opportunity,
yes,
if you
yes.
can prove that you can add a value, they will definitely hire you, right? They will not think twice about it.
Yes.
But now, how do you
No,
add the
no, no.
value? That is where you have to be constantly thinking, working on them honestly. You cannot expect quick results, right? You have to keep on honing your skill, uh, day by day, month by month. You have to be patient around it, and the result, definitely it comes at the end. That's what you have to believe in yourself. Yeah.
Yes, because if we are the students from the non-tech background, or if we're the students with career gapping, we need to prepare ourselves as much as we can, because this is a very competitive world, and we need to make ourselves the best. If we can give the best, definitely we will get the result.
Definitely, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, one very interesting
Yes,
question. We'll now go ahead with Q&A, guys. You can start putting your answers if you have
yes,
anything in mind. So, one of the question which I want to start with is, what's the future of data scientist after AI ML framework is completely done? right? What's the future of it? So how do you look at it currently in company? What type of work you do? Because the extension of this question is all these AI
Yes.
buzzwords which we see and
Hmm.
we hear about, what will be the future of IT jobs, data science, web development, etc., etc. So, what are your views on this?
Okay, so now, right now, I am working as a data engineer. So right now, I am working with SQL, Excel, and some few days ago, I also worked with Tableau. So I don't think AI can take the jobs of data engineer or data scientist, because I believe that, and it is a reality.
Mhm.
Uh, every professional has his own work, has his own aspect of that
Hmm.
work in the data science field. So AI cannot take that as well. And one more thing, ChatGPT has come in this era. So I don't think we should uh, properly and we should completely depend on ChatGPT, because it just destroys our own views, our own talent. So I just want to suggest, just learn AI, use ChatGPT, but not, please, 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 don't depend on ChatGPT. Just
Yeah,
prepare yourself and just try to give your talent, your knowledge, your intelligence to your work.
yeah, yeah. Very rightly said, actually. So, the perspective which I want to put across is coming of this chat GPT, AI, and everything what we see, right? It helps us to give a direction, right? It gives you, let's say, if you want to search for a code, it will give you that. But whether that exactly will work in your project, that you have to figure it out,
Yes.
right? And in fact, what question to ask? What do you want to actually solve for? So there is a problem statement in every company. Everything starts with a problem statement. Now, to break it down, you have to get in there, because chat gpt will not have the context of the industry. In fact, in the same industry, let's say in edtech, how alma better works, not necessarily all the companies are working in a similar
Yes.
fashion. They have their own way of working. Same goes with, let's say, Amazon versus Flipkart. They have their own processes. So it is very difficult for AI directly to get the context of everything. So always, as a human being, we all will be there to give a direction to a thought process, because any process, any service you are doing, right, that is what you are kind of providing to humans. ठीक है, कुछ भी बना रहे हो आप human के लिए बना रहे हो. So that human has to be there to ensure कि right products are pushed, ensure that right solution to the problem statement is given. So AI is definitely going to be a help, and it's going to help all of us a lot. We generally, so for everything, let's say right from this master class to the classes to coding, everywhere chat gpt will give you some direction, but at the end of it, it's what you think about it, how do you take it forward, it's going to matter a lot. So point is, the future, it's not like AI/ML framework will be there and then you don't need a data scientist anymore. It's not going to be that.
Yes.
It's all
And one
about,
more,
right, it's all
yes.
about how do you use it, right? How do you use, you have to learn how to use AI in your work, and then how do you go beyond it, what value do you add, that's how it will happen. You will never be replaced, only those will be replaced who are not kind of keeping up with the pace. So you should learn this and not worry about rest of the things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one more thing, sir, I want to add, every day, day by day, we need to upgrade ourselves. We need to upgrade our skill so that we can sustain in the industry, because the world is evolving.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Exactly, exactly. That's what the point is. Now, I can see there are two, three questions, which mostly relates to that. I'm from non-IT background, right? I'm from non-IT background. Will I get the chance? Let's say I have got from sort of. I'm from BCom graduate with 6 years of career gap. Can I enter into IT industry as data scientist? So I'll start this, and then Ahili, because you have talked about it a lot, and you are one of the example of this, where you have started non-IT with career gap and transition into this. Let me first take it, and then I'll over it to you.
Okay,
Then,
okay.
so sort of here, when you are talking about having being a BCom graduate and having a career gap, of course, these are the things you will be asked in interview. What you need to work is, if you are thinking about getting into the field of data science, ask yourself, why do you want to do it, right? Why do you want to become a data scientist? Why do you want to get into this field? And the answer, if it comes out as okay, it has good opportunity, other side is Do you have the interest? So right now what you have learned in BCom, there are certain aspects, maybe the coding is not there, but the business aspect you learn about how business runs, what is accounts, etc., etc. So in that case, those things are something, as a data scientist, as a data analyst, so to say, it's going to help you a lot. But in terms of profile, it's not going to be make or break for you. Skills are going to be make or break. So if you fix yourself ki, okay, I want to get into this domain, I want to start with a clear head, and I want to work on the relevant skills, you will definitely get into the field. All you have to do is make yourself very directed with your discipline and consistency. You will be able to achieve it. You will find issues, you will find challenges in learning coding, because from in engineering background, mostly they learn bit of coding during their college, not everyone, but bit of code, language you learn. But as a BCom, you might be totally out of sync. So when you start it off, whenever you learn new things, there will be challenges, there will be questions coming to your mind. How quickly you resolve versus how quickly you give up, that is what will make difference in your overall journey, right? Ahili, over to you. Tell me, like, do you have any pointers on this?
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. So, if you are from a BCom background, I want to suggest, uh, please practice more, because I think you have to put more time comparing to others, because you are completely from another background. So, do practice coding. Do just keep a crystal clear view for everything, of every small to smallest point of your topics. Definitely, you can achieve your goal. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And again, coming from you, it's an example, right? It's an
Thank you
example
so
that you
much.
started, and now you are here, started your journey. Again, many more years to come, many more things to do, right? And
Yes.
just the start point which you need to get your career kick started, right? Great. So one more thing, just I want to mention, I have 10 years of career gap. Okay. Also, one more student have mentioned 10 years of career gap. How do you kind of look at it? So I'll start this. Just I'll put a context over here. So when, let's say, you talk about 10 years of career gap, I cannot here understand that whether all those 10 years you were not doing anything, you might be doing something during that time, right? Now, how do you utilize that? It's all about the story. As I mentioned, I did not mention about that after 7 8 years you should just sit down and not aim for anything. If you want to do something, if you have aimed for it, you can do it. Just one thing we have to keep it in mind, that these 10 years, how do you talk about it? Because 10 years is not a small time period, right? You have to talk about, like Shivam has mentioned, how do you talk about that career gap? What is there which you have done? You might have run some family business, you might have worked on something like exam preparation, but you giving those 10 years, you talk about that honestly, which Ahili mentioned while she was talking about her career gap, how she managed it. You talk about it honestly, and then after that you put this very strongly. Now I am very clear what I want to do. I will work on my skills, and that is how I will go forward. So 10 years gap, 5 years gap, whatever it is, okay? You have to first make yourself confident, and you have to kind of promise yourself कि from now onwards I'm starting to learn this, I'm starting to get into the field of data science, right? Compared to web development, compared to any other side, data science has a multi-dimension kind of aspects. Honestly, I'm coming forth over here, because in coding you need to have understanding of lot of languages, but in data science, it has an aspect of business, it has aspect of communication, it has aspect of machine learning, coding. There are multiple different things. There will be one of them that will be a strong point for you, okay? And you have to find it, like BCom is one of the strong points. So how do you identify your strong point, and then work on rest everything to make yourself very much comfortable? Yes, Akili, what are your
Yes.
thoughts on this?
Thank you so much, sir. So, if you have a career gap of almost 10 years, so I want to suggest you, please, uh, please take your time, and please just identify yourself, and just identify what you were doing with this 10 year that can help you now to become a data scientist. And on the perspective of interview, just be honest of your career gapping, as just give them the reason why they should choose you among 100, 200, 500 people. So I want to suggest you confident, be confident, please be confident, and please upgrade your skill at that level so that you can tell them you you have that power, so that you can add the value to that particular company, so that they can choose you among so much people as the employee of their company. So
Yeah,
please be honest, be confident, and be dedicated. Career gap is just a number, you're just a number. Please be confident and be dedicated.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Very rightly mentioned, actually. This is how all of you guys have to think about it. Both these sides, even if you're thinking about non-tech to tech, or if you're thinking about career gap, if you want to get here. So, point is, if you have decided, why not go ahead with this, right? That's what the thought should be. Do you think that now I have 10 years of career gap, I am not going to do anything? It's not going to be like that. You cannot make your 10 years of gap to 11 years of gap, because it years will come and go. Time to kabhi rukega nahi. Time will go on, right? All you have to do is right now, when do you decide, when do you go forward? That is what will matter at the end. I think most of the questions we have answered. Now, I understand that in sessions like average salary, etc., etc. So, one thing which I'll tell you here at the end of it, salary as a fresher, right? You will see in a range of, let's say, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how it works. Your starting career, when you're starting it off, salary is something, of course, it is important for your stability, but that kind of becomes your second priority. Your first priority should be start your career, get into this field, get the experience, and then there is a whole journey of years of experience which you're going to get, and definitely that is going to get better. It's not like after 2 years, if you try to switch, if you try to make yourself available for a high level job, that person will say कि नहीं नहीं अब सेम ही salary पे करेंगे. There will be a hike, there will be a good career growth in your life, and that is what you should prioritize. You work on yourself, and starting point mein learning is more, getting experience is more important, and then your journey starts from there. Yeah, Ahili.
Thank you so much, sir, again. So, in this field, as a fresher with career gap, with non-technical background, it is a huge risk. It is a huge matter of tension to to get a job. So, for this, Alma Better will help you always. To as a fresher, it is so much difficult to get a job.
Mhm.
Everybody wants experienced person, everybody wants the people who has experience in industry, who has experience in industrial project. Nobody wants fresher, nobody wants the person who don't have any knowledge, any industrial knowledge basically. So I want to tell one thing: please be focused, please grab your knowledge as much as you can, follow Alma Beta strategies and guidance. They will provide you multiple opportunities to get your job. And first of all, please don't think about salary. Of course salaries matters, salary matters a lot for us. But first, please just focus on getting the job. But first focus on getting the first job on this industry. Definitely you will get your job, definitely you can reach your goal.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
sir.
So it's all about, like as you mentioned, it's all about a goal which you can keep, and it will take some years to reach over there, right? That's how it works. Now I think we have covered most of the questions which I can see. One thing which I see Sanjay is very interested about is how many interviews, Ahili, you have got uh, after clearing Almax interview, after clearing two mocks, like how many opportunities you have got. So Ahili, just give a
Yes.
clear sense
Yeah.
of that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So after clearing Almax journey, within 1 week, I have got the opportunity from Amazon,
Mhm.
and almost I have got uh, two opportunities from Amazon, and one from some company at Hyderabad, one from Novartis, and then I have got the opportunity from Speckle, and I cracked it. So no worries for the opportunities. You will get multiple opportunities for cracking the job, and they will help till until now you will get the job, you will secure your position. So please don't worry for these kind of opportunities.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And at the end of it, guys, एक चीज keep it in your mind, right? Opportunities will come to you, right? You will get the opportunity, but you ensure that you don't lose that. Okay, your job is that you have to ensure that next opportunity you clear it, you go to interview round, you clear that and get the offer letter, get your attention out of your mind. Otherwise वही होगा, opportunity आपको मिलेगी, and if you just think about कि there will be another opportunity, let me not worry about it, then it will put you in that heightened tension. जितनी जल्दी clear करो उतना आपको better होगा. So opportunity you will get, but at the end of it you have to think about yourself. How do you make the worth of each and every opportunity?
Yes, sir. If you are not helping yourself, Alma better can't do anything.
Yeah, that's how it should,
You
right?
have
In
to help
education,
yourself
it's
first.
correct, correct. It's in education, you have to put your effort, and the institute, they also have to put the effort to give you opportunities at the end, right? To ensure that whatever you are learning is industry relevant. Now, one last question, Ahili, and then
Yes,
because I
yes.
see this is a very interesting question, and then we will invite admission counselor to take this forward. If anybody is interested, they can have a discussion. So here, asked by Saurav, and a very relevant question. I tried to solve Python question, but unable to apply my mind on difficult question. What should I do? After this phase, it may take me 2 years to learn Python and become a data scientist. Please suggest me your strategy how to learn Python. Yeah. So I'll first request you, Ahili, to talk about
Yes,
it, and then I'll
definitely.
give my pointers.
Yes. Thank you, Saurabh. This is a good question. Well said. So, that's very. So that sounds very good that you are trying to solve Python questions, but no worries. The difficult questions definitely you can understand. So I want to suggest you, please break the question. Please break your problem into small to smaller steps. Okay, so break down your questions first to stepwise. After that, solve the coding questions stepwise. Okay, and if you cannot get the steps, just go through the question many more times. If you are going through the question many more times, I believe you can get almost half answer of this question. And then try to think about the functions, about the formulas, about the application which you can apply regarding the Python for this question stepwise. Then definitely you can solve the question. And please don't worry, no need to worry, because it will not take 2 years for reaching that kind of position so that you can solve Python questions, hard level Python questions. Okay, so I just want to suggest you, please look into the small to smallest part of all the topics, just break down the steps, and just get the answers of all steps. Definitely you can
Yeah,
achieve your
yeah,
goal.
yeah. And very rightly mentioned. So here, if I talk about, it's a genuine thing, everybody has faced it, right? When I started learning coding, I also faced the same thing, and everybody has gone through the same journey. Initially you kind of get into that blank zone कि क्या चल रहा है, होगा या नहीं होगा, right? All you have to do now is, let's say if you are, I'm not sure if you're part of Alma Better, but if let's say you are here, you will see that there are questions in the platform, in practice session, in lessons. Those questions, until you understand it, you don't have to answer it, let's say first time pe, ki, "Ha, I'm not able to solve it, it means I don't know anything." No, the initial phase is learning, right? Choose any platform. Let's say if Alma or not, so Hacker Rank or Lead Code, start with easy questions. Pick one platform, start with the easy question, and see why you are not able to answer this particular question. There might be some topics you are not comfortable, for loop you are not comfortable, or something you might have missed. Now, for that topic, for that weakness, solve 10 more questions and then come back to the platform and continue doing that. जब तक उस क्वेश्चन की, क्योंकि होता क्या है कि at the end of it in coding, if you have solved, let's say, 100 200 question, most of the pattern now you have understood. Okay, you know that if I have questions like Fibonacci series, if I have questions like prime numbers, if I have questions like something else, so there will be some certain number of questions which kind of repeats after some time. So just have to ensure that 100 200 question, pick any platform, continue practicing over there, and those initial questions, whenever you miss it, you try to understand that where did you miss and clear those. Okay, It's the same journey for everyone. एक और चीज जो छोटा सा टिप्स मैं देना चाहूंगा is whenever you start solving for question, think from three things. What's the input? What's the logic you have to write in between to reach the output? Input output अच्छे से समझिए, लॉजिक कैसे लिखना है उसके ऊपर थॉट प्रोसेस दीजिए, एंड यूज पेन एंड पेपर इनिशियली, ठीक है, to devise this that logic, because all of us, we have come from that background where initial years mein we never think while writing on laptop. We are able to think clearly when we are using pen and paper.
Thank you.
So use pen and paper to devise the logic and then start writing the code. So choose one platform, work on each and every question, ensure that you guys are that so that you are confident about that, and at the end of it use pen and paper, that will solve it, okay? And everybody faces it. Don't think about that it will take you 2 years. After some time you will catch up on the pattern, will catch up on,
Thank
okay, this is how it works. All right. So, Ahili, thank you so much for
thank you
joining.
so much, sir.
And it was really interesting discussion. And you mentioned Alma Better a lot. For that, I'm really grateful, because I remember we had so much of discussion.
Yes,
We had
yes, sir.
so much of discussion around how we are going to work around, how we are going to talk
Yes,
about it. Now
yes.
that you are working, I wish you all the best for your
Thank you
career.
so much, sir.
Right? And thank you so
Thank you
much
so
for
much.
talking to all the students, talking to all the candidates. I'm
Sir.
sure this will give them lot of hope, lot of confidence that they can also go through it. Right?
Yes, sir. Definitely. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
so
sir.
much. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for giving me this opportunity. And you all the best. Please don't worry. Just get your dream.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Now, we both will go out of stage. Admission counselor will be joining. If any questions are left, C will be taking it up. And now, at the end, again, as I mentioned, don't worry about these things a lot. All you have to do is, when is that day where you think about कि बाकी जो है उसको देख लेंगे. I will focus on working on my skills. I From now onwards, I'll ensure that I will make myself industry ready, kind of. Okay.
Thank you. And thanks, Saurabh, for mentioning me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you, everybody.
Hey, Harshita.
Hi,
Hello.
Anurag. Hi.
Thank you so much for joining. So, stage is all yours. Guys,
Yeah,
thank you
take
for
it
taking
from.
out of your time. Harshita is here, admission counselor. She will talk about everything around how our program works. And feel free to ask as many questions as you can, right? Thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye. Thank you, Harshita.
Thank
Stage
you,
is all
Anurag. Yeah,
yours.
I'll take it. I'll take it from here. Thank you. So, hi everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Harshita Gaur, and I work as a program advisor here with the admission team. So, my responsibility is to guide everyone who is coming to our platform, whether they are a fresher, whether they are coming with career gap, whether they are coming with a lot of experience. So, I guide them how they can plan their journey, what we are providing you in our platform. So I'm going to do the exact same thing here. I think you guys, all guys, like everyone got an idea about the the career, what is there in data science, and what is the roadmap, what kind of questions you guys are going to face in interview, how your interview journey will look like. And but before then, before the interview, how you need to prepare yourself. I think Alok and Alumni has given you the all idea about it, right? So now I'll tell you about Alma Better, like what Alma Better is offering you. For that, I'm just sharing my screen. I hope it is visible to all of you. Okay. So, okay, so I'll tell you about the Alma Better, like what we are offering you in our platform. How exactly, if you're going with certification, if you're going with master's program, how exactly it will look like what exactly classes are going to be, what are the projects, how exactly your learning process is going to look like. So I'll just guide you with that. So about Alma Beta, a community first learning platform where student can have study in group, do project in team, get ready for the job. So here in our platform, you'll be going to have a peer learning. Okay, you'll be going to have like in your batch there will be 30-35 students are going to be there in your batch, where you're going to have different kind of students who are coming from different background. So you guys will get also peer learning. You can take help from other students as well, you can help them as well. Okay, You'll be going to do projects in the team here. We will offer you real time projects. You will get assessments so you can connect with the mentors here. They will help you out when you're working in the projects. Any doubt, any concern, there will be always a support system will be always there for you, and get ready for the job. So in Alma Better, the major what we are focusing on, it is this program. Whether you go with masters, whether you go with certification, we have designed the program in a way as like a job oriented program. So our major focus is that if you are focusing on the program properly, if you are putting your 100% dedication in the program, we are actually making you ready for the job itself. So this is what we are doing. Why you need to choose Alma Better? Because industry relevant curriculum covering topics from basic till advanced. Now someone who is coming from completely non-technical background, who's not having any skill, any like haven't done any kind of an upskilling, zero knowledge that person is having into technical part, it's completely fine. If you have dedication that you want to switch into IT sector, you want to switch into data science field, you're keen to learn the concepts, right? We in our program, it is industry relevant curriculum we are covering, and we are starting from very basic level till advanced. We'll start from zero, we'll teach you till advanced here. So we don't need any prior coding knowledge or anything. If you're coming with zero knowledge, it's completely fine. We will help you out from scratch. Then we are covering 100 plus live classes with lifetime access to recorded lecture. Now the thing is, every class, the first form is of every class is going to be the live here. We'll be giving you live classes 3 days in a week: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and sometimes on Saturday as well. So you'll be going to have a live classes. It will be 8 to 10:30 p.m. The timings are very comfortable for working professional as well, for the fresher and the career gap people as well. So you guys can take live classes. Those classes are going to be interactive. All your doubts are going to be clear in the classes itself. But in case if you guys are missing it out, or if you want to check the classes again, right, you have opportunity to check the recording as well, because we give you the recording access as a lifetime access. Like in future also, after 2 years, you want to rebrush your skills, you can check out our recording classes again. 20 plus capstone project we are offering you, along with 1000 plus coding problems and assessments. Now the capstone projects are the real time projects which you are getting from different companies, where you will work on different kind of project, where you will use Python, NumPy, Panda, SQL, everything you will use. Like the projects are from Amazon, the projects are from Uber, LinkedIn, Zomato, YouTube, Airbnb, and so the companies are there, well known product based. And the startups we are providing you the projects, these are the real time projects, so that you can have industry relevant experience as well. Plus during the learning, first you need to focus on the practices, right? So we are giving you 1000 plus coding assessments here. If you are taking classes, you need to start practicing on the assessments, majorly coding problems, so that you can have the clear understanding with the concepts. Daily doubt resolution sessions along with one-on-one mentorship sessions are there. Now the thing is, we are also, if you are, when you're practicing, if you're getting any doubt, and that day if you're not having live class, you don't have to wait for the live classes for your doubt resolution. If you're getting any doubt, from Monday to Saturday you have one-on-one classes available. Doubt clearing classes are there. You can join those classes, you can clear your all the doubts in one-on-one doubt clearing sessions. Plus we also give you one-on-one mentorship session. Now if you guys want to understand, like if you want to understand how exactly, being from non-technical background, how exactly your journey is going to look like, we give you some additional support as a mentorship session, where you can connect with those people who are already working in industry, who have more than 8 years of experience in industry, who know industry very well. You can connect with them. They're here to give you a roadmap. They're here to give you an understanding how much you need to put your efforts, how you need to plan your journey in your projects. When you're working on the real time projects, if you're getting any confusion, you're not able to resolve it, mentorship sessions are there, because these people are very much they're very much experienced on this part. 50 plus mock interviews with dedicated career coach. Now you guys as Alok has mentioned in the session, there is a Elma X we are having, right? So we have an LMAX as a guaranteed placement opportunity what we offer you in our platform. Again, when you're going into Elma X, when you're going to the guaranteed placement, we give you 50 plus mock interviews for your own practice, which is related to uh, technical screening rounds, which are related to analytical rounds, aptitude rounds, managerial rounds. We give you different kind of mock interviews so that you can practice as much, you can understand what kind of a question company asks, how you need to respond, how you need to handle it, right? And for these all preparation, we provide you dedicated career coach who know how to who are very experienced, who know how you need to perform an interview, who have taken a lot of interviews in their own journey. They will help you out here with the interview process. And at last, 100% job guaranteed with 700 plus hiring partners we are having. So yes, we are having a lot of hiring partners like Amazon is there, Accenture is there, Novartis is there, Next Vision, Uber, Swiggy, a lot of companies we are having, product based companies, startups, like in multinational companies, a lot of companies we are having. We These companies are hiring through us. So again, we also have the opportunity to provide you 100% guaranteed placement in the program itself. Now, how exactly your learning activities are going to be for technical skills? Okay, you'll be going to have live classes, you'll be going to have lab experiments on your weekends, you'll be going to have project assessments for your practices, because that is very much important, because this is a completely technical field. The more you are practicing, it is going to help you a lot with the better understanding. And plus, you are going to have a group discussion as well. For motivation and industry exposure, we are providing you one-on-one mentorship session now to get motivated every time, right? Because when you're doing the program, if you have someone who is mentoring you, who's guiding you that you're going in a right way, now you need to focus on this part. So you will also get some motivation. You will be also like, yeah, I can do that, right? So we give you mentorship session. As I said, you need to book this session. But yeah, there are very experienced people. They will motivate you in every step which you're taking here. You'll be going to have guest lectures on your weekends. You'll be going to have guest lecture from IIT Guwahati. So like these, we are going to provide you different guest lectures so that you can understand, you can get some additional knowledge which you can grasp here and you can use it in your journey. Then there will be community participation as well. Mandatory for Elma X. Now, when I talk about the Elma X is a segment which is completely dedicated for the guaranteed placement. So when you're going for the Elma X, again, you have to focus on the program at the first place. When you're doing with masters, even if you're going for masters, the masters what we are providing you, that is from the Wolf University, a very well-known university. It is European accredited university, right? So the master, it is a 12 months degree, MS you're getting here, right? Now the thing is, when even if you're doing masters or you're doing certification from IIT Guwahati, certification is for the 6 months, master is for the 12 months, right? So if you want, once you'll be completing your certification in 6 months, then you'll be going to get into the placement part, right? Now, if you guys are opting for 100% guaranteed placement, you'll be guys be going for the Elma X, because there you will get a dedicated career coach. Those people will help you out completely with everything, your resume building, your your resume building, GitHub profile, your portfolio, soft skill training, how you need to present yourself, how you need to communicate in interview, your mock interviews preparation, and everything will be given in the LMAX itself, right? So you have to complete your initial 6 months of certification properly. We call it as a foundation track. You need to focus on initial 6 months, the complete foundation track. You need to do some capstone project. We are offering you 20 plus capstone project. If you are doing all, it will help you a lot. But again, you have to do 10, at least 10 projects you need to do in your experience. The more you're doing, the more experience you can show in your GitHub profile. Okay. So even if you're going with the masters, in masters you have option. You can complete the whole 12 months of masters, then you can get into the Elma X for the guaranteed placement. If not, then you can also focus on the initial 6 months of the masters. If you're completing the initial 6 months of masters, you can go with the Elma X. But again, when you're going with the Elma X, there is going to be a test, because we also want to see whether you are ready for the guaranteed placement or not. Okay, so there is going to be a ABCAT test, which is Alma Better Comprehensive Aptitude Test. It is basically whatever we are teaching you in initial 6 months of certification, initial 6 months of masters, we are teaching you. We are asking you exactly same thing in the test itself. Okay, this test we are just taking to check where how much efforts you have put it in the program itself. Okay, so when you're going with certification, there will be 5 attempts of the test, and you need to score minimum 60% to clear it out. Okay, people who are focusing in the program properly, who are giving their time, their dedication, their efforts, they are able to score 80-90% very easily in 1 or 2 attempt itself. But again, it's not difficult. It is only that you need to focus on the program. If you're focusing, you can very easily clear the test. 60% is the very minimum number we are asking here to clear it out. When it comes to the masters, in certification, as I said, there are 5 attempts. In masters, you have unlimited attempts. So the chances of clearing it very easy. And plus, again, you have to focus on the initial 6 months, and then you can go with the AB cap. Okay. So to get into LMAX, you need to focus on the capstone project because those are mandatory to do. You have to focus on 6 months completely, plus the capstone project you need to do. Plus, you have to go with the test, as I mentioned. So we have 700 plus hiring, companies which are hiring through us. And as I've so said, that these all companies like Amazon, Uber, Novartis, Myntra, Vedantu, Target, Grow, Accenture, Tech Mahindra, Genpact, Capgemini. We have Swiggy, Zomato, a lot of companies you can see, HSBC Bank, because the data science requirement is not only just in ID sector, it is like in every industry. So whichever industry you want to get into, you want to get into pharmaceutical, you want to get into logistic, you want to get into finance, every industry is hiring for data analyst, data engineer, data scientist, AI engineer, because AI is bringing a change in the market and the requirement is quite high. So every industry is hiring for data science profile. Now, when we talk about the salary distribution, if you guys are going with the guaranteed placement in our platform, the minimum package which we guarantee you, because when you're going with the guaranteed placement, there will be going to an agreement, ISA, income sharing agreement, there is going to be, right? So when you're going with ISA, definitely there will be certain package which will be we will guarantee you on paper itself. So the minimum package what we are providing you, that is 5 LPA. Okay, that we don't have any companies, if you're giving your 100% in the program, no company is providing you less than 5 LP, because you're not just going with skills, you're going with exposure as well, right? Then if you guys are going with certification, okay, so we have the bar in from 7 to 10 LP very easily, even above than 10 also people are catering, but the you can see the percent is only 3% we are having, like people who are going above the line. But average package for the certification, it is going to be 6 to 9 LPA. In between that, you can very easily you can get the package here. Now with the masters, people who are going with the masters, they're able, the average package they are able to cater, that is 8 to 15 LPA very easily, if somebody is going with the masters, because masters is the highest qualification you will be holding, right? Definitely a master person is always getting the higher package than a graduate holder. So definitely if you're focusing on the masters properly, you can get a package which is lying between 8 to 15 very easily. That's the average. Now, meet your instructors and mentors. So here we are having instructor like Rachit Jain is there, who's working as a data scientist in BCG company. Ravi Ranjan is there. There is Sayan De, who's working as a data science consultant in Walmart. So we are having very experienced people who are working into top tech companies, multinational companies, startups they're working with, higher growing startups. So we are having a lot of instructors. You can see Neeraj Sharma is here, who's working into Microsoft. Jyotirmay Dev is there, who's working in Apple. So these all are like the instructor which we are having here. They are very qualified, they are very experienced, and they're working with top tech companies. So again, they're coming with the best exposure here. So they'll be also teaching you with their the experience, which the journey they have seen, right? They'll be teaching you in a way so that you can also have industry knowledge more. Not the bookish knowledge. They'll be focusing on the industry knowledge more. So here, the learning what we are doing, it is based on the industry level. Success stories. Now you guys have met one, a Haley, here with us. Now here are the other people who got placed. with our program. So these are some of the profiles. Else you guys can also check out in our LinkedIn profile the people who got the placement here. Like here it's Rohan is here who got the placement. Like a lot of people are here. We have, like, if I'll tell you the every, like, last year record what we are having, the last year we have placed 781 students with the guaranteed placement, who are coming from different backgrounds. Even most of them were the career gap people. So we have placed, every year we are placing more than 700, 800 people in our platform with the guaranteed placement. So yeah. Now, student dashboard walkthrough. Let me just show you the dashboard once, how exactly it look like. Just give me. Oh, I hope it is visible to you guys. Okay. So yeah. Uh, so this is the dashboard basically. Okay. So currently we are at the home screen. You can see there are so many options are there in your in my left hand side. So home, currently we are at the home screen. So in home screen, whatever the new updates are there, your peers who are joining your batch, and if there is any webinar seminars are aligned in future which is coming up soon, right? Or your classes, when exactly your next class is, like here it is showing on 12th. I have a class on conditional and infinite looping. So like this, you can, you will get all the updates of your program here in the dashboard itself. Okay. There is an option for learn. Now again, the thing is, when you are enrolling with us, Alma Better gives you two batch together. Okay. One batch is going to be completely live for you, which you can take according to the allotted days, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Like this, you can take the classes, right? The second batch is completely into recorded form. So we don't have any issue with the attendance. If you guys are working professional and you guys cannot, like, your timings are not according to your flexibility, then you guys can also go with the recorded batch. So in learn, we give you a complete recorded batch. If you are in hurry, or if you want to complete it as soon as it is possible, and if you want to go with the recorded only, so here you'll be going to have all the recorded batch here available. Okay, you can complete the program in 3-4 months very easily from the recorded batch from learn. Classroom is for the live classes. Now you can see the upcoming classes, you can see in here in the classroom. In completed, you can see all the classes which are already completed, which are in the recorded form, so you guys can see from here. Okay, all the classes, everything will be here itself. There will be notes, you can check out the notes from here. Okay, view handouts, so everything will be available in your dashboard itself, related to live classes, recorded classes, and completely recorded batch. Practices. Now again, when you're learning, when you're taking classes, you need to focus on practice a lot, because that is very much important. Okay, so here in practice we give you so many things: coding problems, supplementary courses, coding assessments, quiz assessments. Okay, now when you're learning from basic level, you need to start doing the you need to start working on the assessments from here itself. Okay, so you can see that this is related to count the characters, from which is related from HCL, and the skill is Python, and the difficulty level is easy, like it's very basic, which you are going to start. So again, when you're learning advanced, you need to do the hard level of assessments here. So you can filter out the skills, you can filter out the companies. We provide you assessments also, we are offering you from the company itself, so that you can have industry level practices as well. Okay, apart from this, we give you some supplementary courses here in our platform. If you guys want to do some, you want to do some extra study from your end, you want to put something extra efforts, right? These are some short courses we are offering you to get some additional certificate. You can do this as well. Coding assessments are your for own practices. You have to evaluate yourself as well. Like, this is not, the program is not all about that you're learning, you're practicing, and you're doing project. You should also evaluate yourself, whether you are on a right track, you're not in a right track, whether you are, whatever you're learning, right, whether you are understanding in a right way or not. So these all things you can understand when you're practicing on the coding problems. Then again, quiz assessment is also for the self evaluation. Okay, Now this is the project, this is the real time projects what we are providing you with different companies. Right now you can see there are 16 projects are available. This project is basically from the Yes Bank, which is related to regression, Yes Bank stock closing price. So you have to work here on this part, which is related to machine learning and generative AI with Microsoft Azure. So like this you can see we are providing you from Netflix, Zomato, Flipkart, Times of FBI project is also there. There is a Tata Steel project, Glassdoor. So a lot of companies project, Prime Video, the World Bank is there, Google Play is there. So a lot of projects you get here for your own exposure. When you're working on these projects, you are taking real time exposure. Okay, and then if you're completing the project, you are submitting the project, then you can put it as an experience in your you can show it in your resume that you have done this kind of an internship with Alma Beta. You can show it in your GitHub profile as well as a project. So these things we are providing you here. Now career, this is the Alma X career track, which is dedicated for the 100% guaranteed placement. When you're doing certification, you have to complete the 6 months program. You have to do some projects, minimum at least you have to do 5 projects in our platform. Okay, these projects, the projects which I've shown you, right, with the companies, these real-time projects you need to do at least, you need to do minimum 5 projects you need to do. Then only once your foundation track, the 6 months of certification is going to complete, your projects are going to complete, then you need to give the ABCAT test. Okay, you have to score 60%, then you will be eligible for the Elma X career track, the guaranteed placement. Once you will be eligible, then you will start preparing here. You will get the career coach. They will help you out with every process for the interview, resume building, and everything which I have told you, right? Mock interviews and all. Same with the masters also. In masters it's divided, it's a 12 months, it's divided into 3 parts: 6 months, 5 months, 1 month. Even somebody who's going for masters, right, we don't need any prior coding knowledge. If you're coming with from with very basic, like even if you're not having the basic knowledge, it's fine. You can very easily start with the masters, because masters is also having the 6 months foundation track initially, where we will start from basic till advanced. So even if you're coming with zero knowledge, you are completely eligible for the masters. Focus on the initial 6 months, complete the foundation track, and then you can start giving the ABCAT attempts. Those attempts are going to be unlimited for you. So yeah, after completion of the ABCAT, again you will start working. You will start practicing for the interview here. Now, mentorship session. Here, you need to book a session for yourself. Mentorship sessions are basically for, let me just show you how it is. You can book the session for interview guidance, job search counseling, resume building, academic counseling, project guidance. So, if you want to understand, if you want a complete roadmap, you want to get some idea with some experienced people, here you have the mentorship session. You have to book this session, and then you can connect with them. You have to take their time. There will be certain time available over there, so you need to book your session according to that time, and then you can you can connect with them. You can ask whatever questions you have. Now, apart from the guaranteed placement, we give you one more option, that is the job board. This is a job board option. Okay, this is for the placement assistance what we offer you. So, if before you go with the guaranteed placement, if you guys want to start, you want to try first by your own, because currently someone who is coming to our platform, this that person major concern is that that person is not having proper skills, not having proper exposure in the industry, right? So when you're doing the program, you're getting all, you're getting proper skills, you're getting proper experience, you're having better understanding. You can book mentorship session for interview preparation and everything. After that, if you, before going to the guaranteed part, if you want to try first by your own, right, so here we give you our own job board, where we have 700 plus companies who are hiring through us. We get their requirement, we put those requirement in our job portal. You guys can start applying from here as well. Okay, so this is basically, you can see, let me just filter out it for the data science, okay, specifically. So these all jobs are completely for the data science. Okay, that this is basically from HSBC. Pune is, the location is Pune, Maharashtra, where you need to work people who are like cloud data analyst position is there in Amazon in Chennai location. Okay, there is a data analyst 3 business insight position is there in Amazon in Hyderabad. Pricing data engineer profile is there in Amazon in Bangalore. So a lot of opportunities are here in our platform. IBM is hiring here. Microsoft requirement is here. So you can see 2820 position like profile positions are there where we have put it here in last 1 month who are hiring through us. So you can start applying. You can also check the dates. 12 April, it came today itself. So you can see a lot of opportunities are there, so you can start applying from here as well. Okay, so this was all. Okay, there was one more thing I want to show you guys. Just give me a minute. Now about the doubt clearing part, you guys can see here in the right hand side, if I'll show, there is a help mentioned here. A small option is here, help, right? So here you can see in when you're clicking in help, here it is showing help, right? So when you're clicking in help, there are 3 things available. Live support is there, raise a ticket is there, AI chat is there. Now live support is available in between 12 to 7. Okay, Monday to Saturday you can join anytime between 12 to 7. There is no limitation. You can take as much as you want classes. Whatever doubts you're having, you can clear your doubts on one-on-one level here. There will be multiple tables. You can choose the table according to your concern, and then you can clear your doubts. If in case after 7, if you're getting any doubt, you have option to raise a ticket so that someone can connect you and help you out with your doubt. Plus, if you have any kind of a minor doubt, you can also take a help of AI chat here. Okay, so there also you can get the resolution. So this was all about the dashboard. Okay, so about yeah, so I also want to show you the guys the fee structure here. I just yeah. So I'm just showing you guys the fee structure here. What we are what like in data science, what is the program charges and all. So let me just show you. Okay, so the batch which we are starting with, like the data science and the master's batch is starting soon in our platform now. So if you guys are interested, you guys can go with that. So the batch is starting from 15th April. Okay, so these are the 2 certification program we are having. One is premium, second is iconic. The premium certification is basically a a basic certification from Alma Beta, where you will get Alma Beta certification into full stack data science and AI. Plus, you will get a Microsoft Azure AI certificate as well. It is going the total cost of this program, the 2 certificates you will get, Alma Beta and Microsoft. The total cost is going to be 50,000 plus GST. That is in total 59,000, which you are going to pay here. Okay, then the another program certification program which we are having, the another plan which we are having, that is iconic. This program is basically from IIT Guwahati. It is ENICT approved. So here the plus point is that the curriculum, everything what we are covering, it is all designed by IIT itself. Plus you will be going to have additional benefits like webinar seminars you'll be going to get from the professors who are teaching there. They'll be going to give you if on weekends they're going to give you webinars and seminars and additional some videos you will get from there. So this is the plus point again. And when you're certifying from IIT Guwahati, again it will give a very good impact in your in your resume, in your journey. So the here in Iconic, we give you 3 certificates from IIT Guwahati. We offer you into full stack data science and AI. We also offer you from Alma Beta into data science and AI. Plus, we also give you Microsoft Azure AI certificate here. 3 certificate you get, and it will total cost in like because it is from IIT, the total cost is going to be 75,000 plus GST, where you will get all the 3 certificate. The total charges are going to be 88,500. So the batches for the certification is starting from the 15th April. 15th April is the orientation day here. Now when this is the tuition fee, here you will get everything, like you will get live classes, recording of the classes. You will also get one-on-one doubt clearing session. You will get capstone project. You will get mentorship session. You will get 1,000 plus coding assessments. So everything you will get. You also getting a dashboard, like our own job portal, that is the placement assistance is already included in the tuition fee. But if you guys are going with the Elma X, which is 100% guaranteed placement, right? So again, there will be some career service fee which we are going to charge you. But the best part about this program is that the placement guarantee charges are pay after placement. Okay, tuition fee you need to pay initially when you are taking admission. Pay after placement is for the guaranteed placement. Now, because again, people who are not have started with the career, we don't want it to make it difficult for you. So that's why we are giving you this plus point. Take a job first. Okay, the minimum package is going to be 5 LPA. The average package for the certification is going to lie in between 7 to 9 LPA. Okay, if you're getting this package, if you're getting a guaranteed placement, then you will pay certain charges. If you're choosing premium plan, you have to pay us 10,000 from your salary. Once you will start getting salary from the job, right, you have to pay it for 22 months. In Iconic, if you're choosing the IIT one, the charges are less because we have to put lot of, there are less efforts it takes when you're coming from IIT, you're learning from IIT. So 10,000 you need to pay for 15 months. The total charge is going to be 1,50,000. Okay. Now, if I'll tell you about the master's program, the total fees, because the master's is from the Wolf University. Okay, this batch is also starting from 15. The total charges for the master's program, it this is how your master's degree will look like when you're completing. But the plus point about the master is that you will get a master's degree, plus you will also get three certificate: IIT Guwahati one, Alma Better. You will get into data science and AI, plus you will also get Microsoft Azure AI. So in total, you're getting four things. So here the batch is starting from 15th April itself for the masters. So the total fees for the masters, it is 2,80,000 plus GST, that is 3,30,000, which you have to pay total. It is included with guaranteed placement charges. There is no additional charges which you need to pay. It is already included. Okay. So yes. So this was all about the program. Now, if you guys are having any doubt, anything you guys want to ask, please let me know. I'll help you out with that. Okay. Okay. So about the master's curriculum, it is divided into three parts. Okay, it is basically 6 months, 5 month, and 1 month. It is okay. This initial 6 month, that is a foundation track because it is starting from very basic level. So as I said that we don't need prior knowledge. We'll start from zero level. So we'll start from Python, SQL. You will learn some data visualization tools. Then you will learn some mathematics concept like statistics, probability. You will learn about machine learning, AI as well. Then in next 5 months, it is completely a specialization track. I think Alok has already covered it, right? So in next you'll be going to completely specialize into machine learning and AI. And 1 month it is going to be a industry immersion where you need to make a thesis by choosing an industry. So it works like that. Okay. So you guys have any doubt? Uh, Rishabh, it completely see in masters usually people who are starting as a fresher. See, first of all, the package always depend on the on your past. Like if you are a fresher, right? So usually with masters you can start your career very easily with 8, 9, 10 LPA, depending on the interview, how you are giving interview, how much companies are satisfied with your interview round. So usually, if I tell about the average package which people are getting, right, freshers or 2 years career gap, 3 years career gap, people are getting after doing masters, that is lying in between 8 to 15 LP very easily here. Like people are getting 11 LP here. Like I'll tell you about the profile. There, like you guys met Haley, right? There was like in our we have done a placement of Mukta Bharat. Okay, I'll tell you about her profile. She was having 4.5 years of career gap. Okay, she was graduated with BSc. First of all, she's coming from non-technical background, right? But the best part about her graduation, that she's coming with statistics. Her specialization in BSc was statistics, and statistics plays a very important role in the data science program. So again, when she was she was graduating in 2018. After that, she was having 4.55 years of career gap because she was completely preparing for UPSC. Okay, but after then she realized that this is not her cup of tea, so that's why she came to our platform. She tried first by her own to get a job, but she was not getting a job because of career gap, because of like she was not having any idea how exactly interviews are going to be, so she got rejection a lot. But again, she got placed, she got the package of 12 LPA in our platform very easily. After doing master, she has focused initial 6 months. She took her own time to complete the initial 6 months, the foundation pack. It is basically for 6 months, but she took 8 months of time to complete it. She got placed very easily, and she got placement by like there is a company in Bangalore, Next Vision. If you guys have heard, it's a very well known company. She got placed, and she's doing remote job over there with 12 LPF package initially. So it completely depends on like how much you are putting efforts. It's in the program also, in projects also, plus in interview preparation, because interview preparation plays a very important role. If you're not prepared for interview, definitely there is going to be some lack in interview. And company always, like, if company is seeing that you're not confident about it, so company think that you're not a fit for the company. Does the MS has tuition fee like certificate has? Yeah, it is. Yeah, Abhijit. In masters, it is total 3,30,000, right? I'll tell you the bifurcation. It is basically 2,30,000 is the tuition fee for the master's degree of Wolf University. 1 lakh, which we are charging you because it's total 3,30,000, right? So 1 lakh we are charging you for the guaranteed placement. Now, if you guys want, you can pay the whole amount at once, or you can pay the initial tuition fee, which is 2,30,000 initially. 1 lakh you can pay after placement. With now it is your call. You want to take placement as soon as it is possible. Complete the 6 months, take the placement, or complete the 12 months. Because when you're completing the whole 12 months, you have all the in-depth knowledge in artificial intelligence. So when you're completing the whole masters and then you're going with the placement, it will give you the best package in the market. Plus company, or like, see, somebody, someone's company know that someone is doing masters, company always prefer them at the first place, because someone who is doing masters, that person is going to have a higher knowledge. Certification usually people do to get an entry level job, to get a job. Okay, if you want that, I just want to start my career, right? And you're not having that much long career gap, then you can plan with certification also. Okay, because certification can help you with the entry level. But if you have different plans, if you have plans that you want long term, you want to see yourself growing in this field, right? Then company will ask for masters, because when you're doing a dedicated masters, specialized masters, you're actually taking the higher knowledge. After doing this master, you'll be not for next 10 years, there will be no need for any kind of an upgradation. In case if something new came up, then you can do small certifications, but you don't need, because all the higher knowledge you're already getting in the master's program. Yes, there will be, yes, Mohan, there will be a tuition fee which you need to pay. Okay. For masters, if you are bifurcating the fee structure, 2,30,000 is the initial tuition fee for the masters, which you pay initially when you are taking admission. 1 lakh is for the guaranteed placement, which you can pay afterwards, or you can, you can pay initially as well with the whole fees. It is completely on your, on you. I have 10 years of career gap. Should I can be placed with starting 5 LPA job? Yeah, definitely you can, Shivam. But again, see, you are having a lot of career gap, right? So what you can, like, if you want to start your career into IT sector, you have to plan for the masters, because a long career gap, like certification. First of all, guys, certification is not an education. it is basically just a mode of upskilling. Okay, when someone is having less career gap, like 2 years, 3 years, that person can plan for certification because 3 years back he was graduated. Now 3 years career gap is having, so that person can plan for certification. But someone who is coming with a long career gap, you have to take a proper degree, you have to take a proper structure knowledge again, so that company can choose you. Because even company also see that what kind of a knowledge you are having right now, and according to the age also company have the questions. Any other doubt? Like, if you guys want, I'll share you guys one thing in the chat box. I'm sharing, so I'm sharing my name and my number here. Okay, this is the point of contact number, like you can contact me on this number. Okay, if you guys want to speak personally, if you have any doubt, any concern, and you are not comfortable to speak here, if you want to speak personally, you guys can call me on this number. I have shared my number in the chat box. Okay, just a minute. Yeah. So this is my calling number, plus this is my WhatsApp as well. So you guys can do one thing, like if you guys are having any concern and if you want to speak on one-on-one level, you guys can call me on this number, or it would be great that if you guys can ping me on the WhatsApp so that I can reach you out. Okay, we can discuss all the doubts on personal level as well. Okay, by connecting on one-on-one. Okay, so you guys can save the number and with my name. Any other doubt, guys? Anything else you want to ask? Any other concern anyone is having for the program? Okay, so I think all the doubts and everything are clear. If you guys are having any, so I have shared my number on the chat box. You can take screenshot or you can save it. Okay, and okay, then this is all, guys, for now. Okay, so thank you so much for being part of this masterclass. It was nice to connecting with you all. And if you guys need any kind of an assistance, any kind of an help from our end, please contact us, or you can register in the website. Okay, or you can directly contact me for that. We'll help you out with other concern. Okay, so thank you so much and all the best for your career, guys.